Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniela Smidl, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Fez, Morocco. Now, please keep this image in mind, this gate. It's called the Bab Baoujalud gate that leads into the old Medina of Fez. We'll go over that a little more later. Now, let's talk about geographical location of Fez. So Fez is considered to be one of the oldest of the four imperial cities of Morocco. It's located north of Morocco, Fez River, and it resides approximately 400 kilometers south of the Strait of Gibraltar. And if you follow my cursor, the Strait of Gibraltar is right over here, bordering in between Spain and the tip of Morocco. And we go all the way down here. This is where Fez is, this tiny little city. It's actually not that small, but yeah. Now, in terms of weather, Fez shifts from cool, wet winters to dry, hot summers, and their average winters would be as low as 50 degrees, and their average summers would be as high as around 80 degrees. Sounds a little bit like Southern California weather. Now, Fez's origin and descriptions. So Fez was actually founded in 789 AD by Idras ibn Abdallah. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. 20 years later, his son Idris II founded another town on the left bank of the river. Later, the two sides were united together into one city by Idris II. And the historical monuments there include are in Fez are a shrine of Idris I and a tomb of Idris II. Now, if you look to the right in the picture, Idris II's tomb is actually contained in Zawiya Mulay in Fez, which is a religious institution for Muslims. Now let's get on to demographics and culture. In 2014, the population of Fez, including its subdivisions like the suburbs, the satellite villages, the city itself, was 1,150,131, which is pretty big. Traditionally, Fez housed an array of ethnic forces. We've got Berbers, which are a Northern African indigenous group. You can see to the right, that's a young woman who is Berber. And then we have the Arabs, we have Jews. Fez actually had what was a historical Jewish quarters district called the Malais of Fez, which housed many Jewish goldsmiths, silversmiths, jewelers, and later this people group actually immigrated to Israel in the decades following the founding of the Jewish state. We also have the Shurafa, which are the descendants that claim to be family of the Prophet Muhammad. And now getting into languages, which is my favorite part. The main language spoken in Fez is called Moroccan Darija, which is a vernacular variety of Arabic. Vernacular just means commonly spoken between certain people groups. Modern Standard Arabic and Berber Tamazight are Morocco's two official state languages, but French is known as a language of government and law in Fez. English is being more and more used by younger people, and Berber dialects are commonly spoken in the countryside and around the city. Continuing with demographics and culture, Fez is a religious city, and the dominant religion is Islam. The first inhabitants of Fez were pagan Berbers, but it also included Christians, Jews, and a small portion that practiced the Baha'i faith. Fez is considered to be the religious and cultural center of the country of Morocco. And Fez hosts musical festivals that revere religious music of Islam as well as indigenous Berber music. Now, if you look at the picture on the left, you will see the gate that we saw on the first slide, the Bab Baoujalud gate, and that's where they host most of their music festivals. Now, in terms of what makes Fez unique, I would say there is so many, you can't even count. But if I had to choose, I would pick two. On the left, we have Fez Jadid, which is a county in Fez. It actually houses, is home to the historical royal palace of Morocco, which was once the center of government there and is still used by the King of Morocco today. Now, the picture is just the gate that leads into the royal palace, which is absolutely beautiful if you ever go see Fez, which I totally recommend you should. Now, on the right, we have the Shaura tanneries, which is the largest and oldest tanneries in the city of Fez. Now, a tannery is where they take raw hide and they treat it and they treat it so that it doesn't decompose, and then we have leather. Um, and that's basically it. Here are my sources. Thank you guys so much for listening to me kind of run through this. I really feel like 5 minutes, 6 minutes is not enough. But yeah, thank you guys. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your summer. And I'm sorry, semester. Okay.